focusing on private listings, okay? We've gotten too passive with private listings, and I'm going to tell you how to close these private listings, okay? Every day on Craigslist alone, there's 200 for the Jacksonville market. This is not the Tampa market. Tampa market's probably close to 300. Jacksonville's about 200. 200 postings a day. Half of those are from private owners. Okay, they're posting it, they're letting it sit there for 10 days, posting it again. Letting it sit there for 10 days, posting again. That's not including Kijiji, Backpage, Rentals.com, Apartments.com, and these owners are sitting on units 2 and 3 months. Okay, in the market that we're in, we have condo saturation, home saturation, foreclosure, investors biting off more than they could, chew in essence, sitting on empty units. We have to capitalize on this. We should be calling these tenants off of Craigslist and off all these other advertising sources and getting those listings. Now the key is to get a competitive listing that you know you can lease. You don't want to take a 2-bedroom condo at a luxury community that's renting for $14 when you just rented one there last week for $1,200. You don't want to go after that type of listing. If you do, it's important to educate the owner on what the market is bearing for rental rates or specials. So I'm not saying do not go after those listings. I'm just saying if you do go after those listings, you need to educate that investor and get them down to a price range that you know you can lease that property. Okay? If I call an owner, I'm going to tell him, John Doe, my name is Blakely Hughes with Rent Solutions. I see that you have a 2-bedroom condo for $1,400 per month. And I have clients every day that are calling me looking for places to rent at your particular community. May I tell you a little bit about my service? John Doe's probably going to say yes because he's been sitting on that unit for 30 days. Okay? Well, John, just so you know who we are Rent Solutions. We're a division of Keller Williams. And we focus exclusively on finding tenants for investor and owner properties. Okay? Just to tell you a little bit about our relationships, we have major relationships with employers such as Blue Cross Blue Shield, Baycare, CSX Transportation, Coca-Cola, a wide variety of different companies. We also have exclusive relationships with schools such as USF or Florida Coastal School of Law. So anytime someone is moving to the area, those schools or those employers or relocation departments are sending those tenants to us. Okay? So every day we're getting anywhere between 20 to 40 inquiries, some days more. We average about 100 placements per month on average over the course of 12 months. That's a good average. Okay? Our service is a free service to the tenant looking. It doesn't cost them a penny because the owners, you John, will pay us a fee once we find you a tenant. But more importantly, let me tell you about our service. Okay? Our service is unlike any service in the marketplace right now. Our service is completely risk-free. It doesn't cost you a penny. You don't pay 1 cent until we find you a tenant. So we're putting out our marketing dollars to market your property. You're not paying a penny until we find you a tenant. What do we do for you? We have over 30 affiliate websites that we advertise on. We have the exclusive referrals that I previously told you about from corporate companies, corporations, schools, universities, realtors, real estate offices. Okay? We come out and we do a video tour of your property, a virtual tour. We take pictures. We market your property extensively. Once we find a tenant that's interested in your property, we screen that tenant. We pre-screen them. We don't run their credit initially, but we pre-screen them. Take them through a process of questions. At that point, we go and take them and show them the property, tour the property. The nice thing about our agents is you may not be available. It may be Sunday at 3 o'clock. You may be on a picnic with your family, or you may be at the beach. Tenant calls you, you can't show, you might lose the sale. Whereas if the property's listed with us, we have full-time agents that show 7 days a week. So your property is going to get a lot more showings and accessibility to possible tenants. Okay? Once a tenant has decided that they want your property, we will then have them come into our office, fill out an application, pay their application fee. We run a complete credit check, a criminal background search, which includes a sexual offender search. Okay? The reason that is important is because we don't want to put you in a position of liability where there's a lot of places out there, a lot of people out there who will put anyone with a pulse into your property. We will not do that. Okay? We're a company full of integrity, and it's important that we're putting a good tenant in your property. Okay? So as long as the credit and the criminal come back clean, at that point we'll verify income, making sure they make at least 2.5 to 3 times the monthly rent, verify employment, and verify previous rental history. At that point in time, that tenant, if they've met all that criteria, that tenant is approved. And that tenant will place a deposit down on your unit, and we'll schedule a move-in date, and that move-in date will collect the first month's rent. You don't pay us a single cent until that tenant physically moves in. When that tenant physically moves in, then we deduct our fee off that first month's rent. And what is the fee? The fee is 1 month's rent. That's on a 12-month lease.
Who's paying the credit check or background check fee? Is that the owner or the tenant?
The tenant will pay the application fees.
Okay.
So when they come in, it's $50 per person on the application fee, but that covers application and background. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay. The reason that it's important to go over those specifics with them is because that fee is very low. They might sit on that unit. They might sit on that unit for another 30 days. Well, that paid our fee, and they could have had a good quality tenant in there. Also, it's important to go over those aspects because that owner may get a bad tenant in there if they lease it on their own and have to evict that person in 3 months, and then they've incurred 2 months of loss of rent plus the legal costs involved with evicting that person. So by utilizing our service, they may seem like the 1 month is a lot, but when you let them know, days of vacancy are cut in half. Our typical time to lease a property is 7 to 21 days, depending on pricing and location. If it's something 30 miles south of here and it's priced $100 higher than the comparable units, then obviously it will be longer. That's why it's important to educate the owner. But the service is a very valuable service, and we really need to be energetic and exciting